Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Car Addiction. Today we get that tuned. And if this is your first time in my channel, I'm a huge Nissan enthusiast. I got 300zx twin turbo. There's a fourth one coming. An R32 Skyline. I also have an MR2. Somebody reach out to me, buy my MR2. I hate that piece of junk. You want an MR2?
No, thank you. I'm pretty much at my end with 3 SUTs right now.
Yeah, nobody wants that MR2. Anyway, if you're 21 and younger, stop, watch a cat video, talk to a female, smoke something good. Do not be a car enthusiast because it is absolutely detrimental to your financial health. So since the warning is out of the way, let's hand it over to Dan, how you're gonna get it ready and...
So let's start at the engine first. So as I previously discussed, we fixed a bunch of boost leaks, and maybe I'll just take this time to explain why is it important to fix these boost
Absolutely.
leaks. So at the front of this car, under this nice Z emblem here, you have your mass airflow meter.
Yes.
This one has 2, but they normally come with 1, but that's besides the point. Any air that comes in from the air gets metered from the mass airflow meter. And if there's any leaks within these pipings between this mass airflow meter and the engine, we're not going to have proper fuel metering. So we're going to run a little bit richer than we should if there's a boost leak on the positive side. But if there's a vacuum leak, we're going to run leaner than we should. But it's just due to unmetered air coming in on a vacuum leak or metered air escaping on a boost leak. So obviously we won't get a good result unless we've tackled that main issue, which is a very big issue on these cars especially because of the fact that they're very old and they have about 25 feet of intake tubing. So there's a lot of room for stuff to go wrong there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, when you combine it with the age and everything, it's definitely something that I require to be checked before the car even gets on my dyno. I will require it. A pre-dyno
And
inspection.
I appreciate the fact that you almost pushed me to get it done. If we didn't, we would have so much issues.
Oh, for sure.
So much issues.
Waste of time if we did it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the mechanical stuff aside. So for this car, we will be using Nistune to tune it. This is what the laptop software looks like. It's just a chip that's installed inside the factory Nissan ECU, and all it does is give us access to all the mapping, all the tables, so we can make changes to it. Without it, we can't do nothing. And this is a pretty decent system if you're not going crazy with the car, maybe like up to like 750, maybe like 800-ish cc injectors. That's about it, because you have to adjust. There's a load multiplier in here. If the injectors are way too big over stock and you don't match it up with a good MAF, it's not going to be happy. But for what we're doing here, it works great. And we did install an innovative dual wideband gauge and controller. And we have our AEM True Boost to control the boost. And I have this guy over here. This is a little module that takes the 5-volt output from our wideband and inputs it to my laptop so I can see how the car's running.
Oh, so with your Nistune, it's directly connected to that wideband, and is it gonna correct the mapping and fueling accordingly?
Well, what this does is sends all the wideband data into the laptop because the car comes only with narrowband oxygen sensors.
Yes.
So obviously narrowband is not good for the sake of tuning, so we're using the 5-volt output from our wideband to give me the data that I need to trim all the tables accordingly.
Cool.
So yeah, we're pretty much ready to get started. I have everything set up here.
So before I came in, Dan just put a base tune and something.
So yeah, right now we're just running on a rescaled base map right now. All I did was just load up the base map, rescaled the load multiplier. So we have here our load multiplier. This is referred to as our K constant. Okay. And because we're running bigger injectors, we have to reduce it because obviously if you're pulsing the injector for like say 4 milliseconds on a 370 and then you pulse a double the size injector for 4 milliseconds, you're gonna literally dump twice the amount of fuel in there. So this had to be scaled back almost half of the way. And then we have our fuel maps here and everything. Let me close this.
Oh. That mountain does not look happy.
No,
it means I have no clue.
Where it is. But you have your load columns here.
Okay.
And then when you change your K constant, you have to adjust your load axes, right? because if you reduce the load by half, like what I did by reducing the K constant almost in half, it's going to only go halfway. So we have to half all these load cells by changing this table here, just to make sure everything is hitting the correct cells where it's supposed to be. Because if you don't do that, if you go on your timing map here and leave everything unscaled, you'll be pulling like 30 something degrees of timing at like 10, 15 pounds of boost, whatever. We don't want that to happen.
No.
So that's just basically how you set the map up, just to get everything going. And then we'll run the car, see how much fuel trims it's pulling, make sure everything's nice and happy. And then we do a few pulls and see where we're at. And then we make few more changes to get closer. Okay. And once we're in the ballpark, we start messing around with the fuel maps to really fine tune it.
Okay. All right. Look, somebody tied down my car with the ground. I don't know why. Why would somebody tie this down? It's crazy. Unbelievable. He didn't even hit the boost yet.
This is why I like wiring the wideband directly into the NIS tune, because now we have all our data here of like the AFRs we hit. We're running very low boost right now, just about 7 pounds of boost. So you can see that we could use a little bit of fuel down here, and then we can pull a little bit up top here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we can do another pull afterwards.
So, do we know how much power we made at this?
So at this setting, we made 303 and 254 foot-pounds of torque. The engine's just a little bit cold right now. There's not enough heat in the turbos to get it back up to where it was at 314 or so. Okay. But I'm going to make a small change here, put some heat into it, and then we'll go again.
Yes, we need more power. More power! That thing is loud. It's very loud. I'm going to talk to him. Let's see if we can put some flames in it. We can have flames. We need some flames. I don't want pots and bangs. Flames, like fire. He's busy. I don't want to bug him a bit. He's gonna hear it. Not gonna like it, but he'll hear it from me. Oh, 316. We're going the right direction. Another thing Dan told me, his dyno is a dream killer dyno, so it always reads lower than what it's supposed to be. So, but anyway, it's not about what's in the what the dyno says. It's about how the car runs, how you put the power down and whatnot. So, and I'm also not really chasing power. I'm chasing reliability, that I can drive and not blow this up.
Here from our last run that we did, I made a few changes. Now our air fuels are heading more so in the right direction. I was able to pull a little bit from the top. We'll make another small change, and then we should be spot on the next one.
Cool.
But you'll notice at some points you're going to have to see how this bank is running cleaner than the other bank. Yeah. That's your vacuum leak over there, and it's showing up as one bank running cleaner than the other. Ah. Yeah, so because of the vacuum leak, it's going to come like that, but a wide open throttle, because we took care of all the boost leaks, it runs perfectly, and that is not going to.
So it's not necessarily an issue when it comes to tuning?
No, like to get all this dialed in, we should be okay. But for the car to drive perfectly, we have to address the vacuum leak.
Oh yeah.
You see now how everything is roughly about the same. We're getting about the same air fuel ratio. I'm just going to do one more change there. After I do that, we're ready to throw some duty at the boost solenoid and get some boost going in this.
Awesome. The engine is, like, when you touch it, it's barely shaking or anything. Honestly, I don't know
he did a really good job. Like, I don't remember my engine running this smooth. So yeah. So this is so Nigel and Dan, they're two buddies. They're on the shop. This is Nigel's car. He is trying to do some big numbers with this, and he's gonna get it done because I know his build. He'd probably drop like, I don't know, 20 grand on that motor. So yeah. I want this and this. So this is the pole we will start making some power. He put some duty in it, but not the final one.
So 20% does nothing. We're not in the operating range of the cruise control yet. So I have to raise it maybe another 5-10%.
So this 302.
I didn't rev it out all the way, that's why.
That's actually doing good. 302 is pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, I revved it out on that one just before 6400. I let off.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see the boost changing. There was no point going all the way.
That kind of made like 300 wheel horsepower NA. It's not NA, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I had it cranked up to 70, but I also had it, it will bleed the system at 12.
Yeah, so I'm going up like 10% at a time until I see something happen.
Yeah. So how much did it hit now? 8 or 9?
It didn't even move.
Really?
Yeah.
So wastegate didn't open?
It didn't close the wastegates, it didn't keep them shut to raise the boost. So, okay, let's try this.
All right.
I saw it build up a little bit faster there. So
Yeah.
I think we're in the operating range of the solenoid where now it's going to do something.
Okay. So now are you up to 50?
I'm up to 50 right now.
So I wasn't too far off.
We just got into the point where the solenoid is starting to work.
Yeah.
So we just hit 11 pounds and we picked up a little bit of power there. So
329.
I think just a little changes of 5% at a time is going to make a bigger difference now.
And then you're going to reach the 70?
we might end up there, you never know. Let's see
It would be funny.
Yeah, we're going to see where it
Because
takes us.
when I was doing it, I started with 22. And finally, when I reached that 70, that's when I noticed the wastegates would open up earlier. So, and because I didn't want to mess with it too much.
Yeah.
So I just left it
You don't
at
want
that.
to be playing with the boost control.
No, no. 350! We have to make it to 400. That's all we want. So this dyno 350 wheel is probably a little more on a regular dyno because he told me from straight up that this is a dream breaker dyno. So yeah. But anyway, hey, I'm happy. I just want to be conservative. It's not about the power. It's not about the numbers. It's about enjoying the car and not breaking it. But how much did you hit right now?
That was 12 PSI.
How much you want to push to?
It's up to you, honestly. I'll probably maybe run it to like 14 or something.
Can we try
Seeing
like
that it's like older gas too, I don't really want to push it too hard either at the same time. What's your goal for it?
16?
16, but like horsepower wise.
It's
Because you told me you want reliability, not power, and now you want power.
no, well, you know, sometimes a little over 400 would be nice.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go to where I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst case, I can go get some gas.
The car's running really good right now.
I did put a stabilizer in it though.
Yeah, that should be fine. Like we would have been, like the car would have been running like garbage right now, and we would have been getting knocked like if the fuel was really bad. Like
Yeah.
you would hear it too, like the way it's running. Like,
Yeah.
The car's running very, very clean right now.
Okay.
And like there's barely any timing in it. These things run like, I've opened the stock map on this thing, they run like 28 degrees of timing under boost. Like I've taken like 10 degrees out of that out, and we're still making power. So that's pretty damn good.
Words of encouragement, but I still want more than 400. Dan, I want more than 400. This is a power pole.
I'm going to set the settings on the boost controller. There's a few settings to change on the boost control.
Okay.
The safety boost level on the boost control.
Yeah.
I think we just hit 14 pounds on it right now. Yeah, about 14 pounds, and it triggered that and it shut off the boost.
Yes.
You have that set up?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to change that.
Okay. So he made a couple of changes because I had a safety mechanism on the boost controller. He took that off, increased it, and also increased the gain so that it gets more torque. Our turbo spools up faster. So we're going to see some numbers right now. Oh yeah, 370. How does the numbers look?
I tuned it a bit fast because you don't have the knob sensors.
Yeah. Do we have more space left or?
What do you mean space?
Like PSI wise?
That was 14 psi.
Can we go a little?
I'll knock it up another 2 since he's running really good.
Okay. Yes, we were gonna knock it off another 2. That would be nice. Would be nice. Then we need 400. I don't think it'll hit 400, but there are a couple of things. There's a knock sensor. The knock sensor warning harness is not good, so he deleted the knock sensor. He had to pull timing, so he can't put the appropriate amount of timing. He should, but anyway, he's doing a safety tune. But with that, maybe it will be close to the 450 mark on a regular dyno. But again, this dyno is, I'm pretty sure right now, if you go to a regular dyno, I'll be over 400. But whatever, it's all about having the car, putting the car down, enjoying it. I don't know why that dyno number is bothering me. I even told him, like, I want a good running driving car, not necessarily chasing power. And now I'm chasing power. Like.
So our last run was 14 pounds. So let's start from the top. 350 we did at 12 pounds, right?
Yeah.
And then I put another 2 psi. That went up to 372.
Okay.
Then I put another 2 psi. We're at 380. So it looks like we're at the point of diminishing gauge right now. So I'm going to put in another 1 degree of timing.
Okay.
And if it gives us like a lot more of an increase, then we're going in the right direction.
Or
if
else
we don't pick up with timing, then I'm going to
just
put it back to where we were at, and then I'm going to leave it at this.
Sure.
Because yeah, we're at the point where we're getting out of the efficiency range of this turbo.
Fair enough. So Dan put a lot of timing from the tune because it doesn't have EGR and a bunch of other things. So right now he's running quite a bit below what the factory timing is. So at this moment with 16 psi, with the timing that he has, we got 380 at the wheel, and I think it was around 350 foot-pounds of torque. Now what he's going to do, he's going to put 2 degree timing in it because he pulled about 25 or some degree timing from the start. But anyway, he's going to put 2 degree timing in it to see if it improves. If it improves, great. If it doesn't improve, then the car is at its limit at whatever it's supposed to do. So we're going to see.
Okay. So as you can see, that extra 2 degrees I put in didn't really make like that huge of a difference.
Yeah.
I only put it in up top too. The reason we picked up a little bit of torque there is because I set up the, the gain on the boost controller to help the turbo spool up a little bit faster. So that gave us a little bit in the mid-range.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're at the point of diminishing returns right now. I'm going to take that timing back out, and we're going to leave it right around the 380. I might even take out another degree on top of what I took out and see if we still sit around the same place just to keep everything a little bit more safer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that, and we'll do another pull and see how it goes.
Cool. We just came out for a drive around tune. Oh my god. Second gear.
It feels like she has almost 400 horsepower.
Oh crap.
That's short wheelbase fucking snaps out like crazy.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, brakes. Do they work? Holy. Well, the street is empty, so. Oh man. This is fast now.
It's fast, right?
Yeah, it's way more than what it used to be.
Yeah, I think you'll be happy with it.
I'll be very happy with it. On the way, I'm taking 407 again.
So yeah, next time fix the vacuum leak and it'll cruise around town a lot better.
Yeah.
We have one lambda on one. Now it's kind of evening out, but you'll notice like one bank will be off from the other side just because of that vacuum.
So you like it on the lambda sitting over the...
I like lambda because it's easier for me to tune, right? So
Okay.
if I know I'm at like 0.95 lambda and I want to target 1 lambda, I have to change by 5%. Just
Yeah,
because
okay.
the difference is 5%. It's so easy.
Okay.
See how it's this one bank is a lot leaner than that
Yeah.
bank? That's because of the vacuum leak.
And is that why it's a little...
That's why it's doing it. See how we're hitting like 1.3 lambda?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting unmetered air from one of those breather hoses. See how it's only on one side and then that one side is running perfect at 1 lambda?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to tackle that vacuum leak. That's what it's telling you.
All right, so the party is done. I gotta go home.
He gotta go home. Please hit the subscribe button and bell notification. He's gonna work on the Skyline, and then there are a couple of other cars he's gonna work on. One thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have to get a driving feeling with your Corolla.
Yeah, soon. I have to fix it, but if you keep bringing me cars to fix for other people, I'll never get it done.
Nah, you have to figure it out,
Yeah,
man.
we'll figure it out at some point, and we'll go.
He
for a drive.
has an all-wheel drive Corolla. I don't want to go into details. I just want to leave it at that, okay? So stay tuned. We're gonna do that. Okay?
I'm done.
All right.
All right.
Take care.